Let's start with a fact about me. I don't like mecha anime. Now a fact about Gurren Lagann. It's a mecha anime. And one about me and Gurren Lagann. I absolutely love it. If you've seen anything by me, it's clear I'm a grouchy lump who loves depressing anime, yet here I am talking about a boisterous mecha anime full of explosions, boobs, and nonsensical inspiration like believe in the me that believes in you. But before we get into just why it's so good, let's say a little bit more about it generally. Beginning in the underground Giha village, life is quite bleak for outcast Simone, a young boy whose only skill and purpose is digging tunnels. His troublemaker companion Kamina is one of the few to believe in a surface, and the two reach it with the help of Yoko, a fiery gunslinger from above, and Lagann, a mech Simone finds underground. Once above, they learn of Lord Genome and the Beastmen, the oppressive force holding humanity below the surface. Mounting a rebellion, stealing the Mechs dubbed gunmen from the anime, and marching towards their enemy's capital, the trio eventually find themselves in a war much larger than they ever imagined, and at times seemingly a battle for the very universe itself. Gurren Lagann isn't shy about the fact that it's a mecha anime, and it goes all in on the ridiculous qualities that come with that badge. If it can explode, it will explode. And if it can't be drilled, it's gonna be drilled. Not like that though. The main weapon of the dynamic duo is a drill, and it's the centerpiece of their arsenal, launching over-the-top and excessively dramatic assaults that can only be screamed, like Basically, it's the most ludicrous anime of all time, and may or may not extend to things like using galaxies as throwing stars. It manages to break through the zone where something becomes so unbelievable it's no longer entertaining, and emerges on the other side in a brilliant flare of ridiculousness that circles back around to entertaining and in no minor degree. This isn't just in the action, but with the characters as well. From the hot-headed Yoko to the unbreakably honorable Viral, and most of all, the most impressive man to ever man, Kamina. I bet very few people who were able to say they didn't love him as a character, even with his somewhat problematic side. But this is what makes him so special. There's a very true sense of reality from him, even in such an ungrounded anime. He's not a perfect man with a perfect plan who calculates 10 steps ahead. He's just a guy in the moment, and, to put it nicely, kind of an idiot, but also so much more. He's a leader, the first one to ever look at insurmountable odds and rush at them head-on, inspiring everyone around him to do the same. His outwardly courage invokes the same from others, even if it may not always be so true for him. His simple reasonings and methods are very real, extrapolated into the ridiculous actions he takes, meaning he almost feels like a regular guy doing these things instead of a great man doing these great things. He spouts seemingly nonsensical inspiration like believe in the me who believes in you that are unpolished in presentation but carry deep sentiment exactly like him. This is the duality of his character, a man seemingly unprepared to do anything, managing the impossible. In the same way Kamina would never pull his punches, the anime doesn't either. I can't say too much, but this is one where you have to be ready to be hurt, something supremely uncommon in a crazy action anime like this. Where oftentimes fake-out deaths are played for quick emotion, Gurren Lagann pulls some tricks and says no, you have to deal with this. Consequences are permanent, and if you can't move on, you didn't deserve to start. And that's not just to us, but to its own characters as well. It's easy to get swept up in the action and explosions and forget the risks they're all taking, and no anime brings this back to crushing reality more than this one. From the greatest sense of hype in anime history to some of the most unexpected lows, it has everything without a care if it makes you upset. While many anime may make you cry and others will have you shouting special move names at 3 AM, not many will do both. This is one of those. Now we talked about Kamina, but you'll never forget about Simone either, who has one of the most satisfying arcs of all time. While he starts as a scared child looking at new and terrifying worlds, he becomes something so much more and improves upon those who help him grow, becoming a universal force to be reckoned with while not losing sight of himself and who he really is or what he really wants. Just like Kamina, he hides a more simple and real man underneath his eventually world-saving front. If I had to give one word about his character, it would be acceptance. From the ways it can be negative to its positive and all the gray in between, he exemplifies it in all forms and with a range of reactions as he grows and changes, and again, a very real way in a very unreal anime. And now at the end, I'm going to throw all of my slightly uppity talk and nonsense out the window for something else. I've spent years of my life writing about hidden philosophy in anime, why very specific elements made something work, and very more technical discussions. But Gurren Lagann deserves some kind of exception from that. It feels wrong to try and make sense of an anime that so perfectly makes no sense. Should a pair of sunglasses be a boomerang that can also hold enemies in place? No. Should the simple phrase, "Who the hell do you think we are?" carry so much weight? No. Should these stars be exploding seemingly at random? No. But they do, and it works. It takes conveniences, plays some easy hits, and doesn't always make sense. And looking back on it, it has some problematic moments and attitudes for sure. So I can't tell you exactly why Gurren Lagann is a great anime, besides the fact that it's endlessly fun. Again, it's breaking past the unbelievable into purely entertaining, and in a way nothing else ever has. If you need a comparison for it, think Kill la Kill, but this is even more so. There's something about the pairing of these realistically flawed heroes, the insane feats they pull off, the outlandish presentation of it all, and the moments of crushing reality that come together to create one of the most unique and excellent viewing experiences in anime. Is it a masterpiece? It probably shouldn't be one. But just like Kamina is a regular man doing the impossible, Gurren Lagann is as well. I could tell you why this should not be a masterpiece, but it still is one. You can't measure something that broke the scale. And that's the best way I could ever describe it.